I got to tell you, life can be tough sometimes. And even the little things that test your faith and test your patience, man, it makes life even more difficult. These past few days have been really rough, especially at my workplace. Usually, I don't really like talking about that stuff because it's a job at the end of the day. But for me, I take pride in my work and I try to work as hard as possible. And recently, I just transferred from another store. I work in a grocery store, basically. This wasn't a, this really wasn't something that I wanted to do, but I felt like God gave me this opportunity to prove my work ethic and my skills, I guess you can say. And I took the job. Anyways, I moved from the store that I originally started in, transferred somewhere closer to where I'm at now. And since this transfer, it's just been a difficult transition. I'm talking about working late, working in freezers, in the cold, just dealing with a lot of stuff. A couple of days ago, I was at work and it just felt so overwhelming to the point that I wanted to walk out and just leave my job. And it just sucked because it's like I just got here. I just got to this new position. I'm starting the new year different. And in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, things are going to be a lot better than last year. Last year was one of the roughest years I've had in my life. And so right off the bat, I'm thinking, here we go again. I'm starting the year off bad. I'm getting so frustrated. I'm so angry. Like all of a sudden, everything was happening. It was one thing after another, after another. And sometimes you go through these things in life and you think that, okay, I'm going through all these battles. When is this going to end? But sometimes you have to go through battles just to get to that blessing. And that's the way that I started realizing. Like, for example, I got there. This was on Friday. I got to work. I had a big delivery because I work in a grocery store. You got to stock shelves. And even worse, I work in a freezer. So you're freezing your butt off in there and you're stocking shelves. And then all those boxes inside that were on the pallet just fall over. And I'm getting so angry. But I was like, you know what, God, I'm just going to calm down. I'm going to put these things on the float. It's what we call it. And take it onto the floor to stock it on the shelves. So I started doing that. While I'm stocking the shelves, I cut my finger on the shelf because one of the metal pieces was there. Cut my finger. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I was so angry and upset in that moment. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to push through, God. This is a test of my patience right now, but I'm going to still push through it. So fast forward a few hours later, I'm getting hungry. So I want to go get something to eat. So I think, you know what? I'm going to go get me a protein bar just so it can hold me off until lunchtime. So when I'm about to go do that and pay for my protein bar, my card declines. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is going on? Like, you gotta be kidding me right now. It's like one thing after another, after another. So I knew right then and there, this was either a test or the enemy was attacking me in that moment for me to get upset and for me to walk out. But what I did is I stopped what I was doing because I already knew I was getting so angry. I went to the bathroom and I was like, you know what? I started praying. I was like, God, please give me the strength to keep moving forward right now, Lord, because I want to walk out. I want to end this job today. I want to be done with this. I want to quit. Like, I felt so overwhelmed. I don't know if any of you feel like that sometimes when you have things that are going on in your life that never ends. It's like one thing after another, after another. And that's how I felt that day. Usually that happens throughout the week where it's one day you deal with something, couple days, no, but these things were happening consecutively in that same moment, like in that same hour, just one thing after another after another. And so I was just feeling so overwhelmed, but I gave it all to God in that moment. And I was just like, God, please give me the patience to continue on. Give me the strength to continue on. Mind you, I couldn't even get that protein bar that I was trying to purchase because my card declined. So I prayed to God. And as soon as I walked out, I was heading towards the aisle where I had my float full of stuff. The cash register guy that was there, he was like, "Hey, here's your stuff." And I'm like, "What? I didn't even pay for it." He was like, "No, the other cashier paid it for you." I was like, "Oh, wow." Wow. I was like, "Thank you. Thank you so much." I was, I was, I was at a loss for words in that moment, because in that moment of despair, that you can call it, or in that moment of anger and frustration, God appointed that person to go out of their way and purchase that thing for me, or purchase that protein bar for me, which obviously she didn't have to do. Obviously, I went over there and I thanked her. I was like, "You know what? Thank you so much for what you did. You didn't have to do that." She was like, "No, it's okay. I saw that you were freezing out there and you're always working, and I just wanted to help you out because I knew your card wasn't working at the time. So I just wanted to give you that." I was like so thankful and gracious that she did that. But it just goes to show you that God works in mysterious ways sometimes. And it's the little things that you don't realize that make your day better. And just that gesture that lady did for me actually pushed me through the rest of the day. And I was able to overcome that feeling of frustration and overwhelmness that I was feeling, and just end the day good. I was able to finish my job and go home. And I just want to tell everyone out there that sometimes you're going to go through a lot of struggles in life. And maybe my struggle that I'm talking about may be minuscule to whatever you're dealing with right now. But whatever it is that you're going through, remember that there's always a blessing at the end of that obstacle, or at the end of that struggle. You're going to have to go through battles sometimes. And the battles you face are not going to be in vain. God sees what you're doing, and God puts you through these tests sometimes because He feels that you can overcome them. But we have to seek Him out, and we have to look for Him for strength. We can't, and just like the Bible tells us, we can't lean on our own understanding. We can't focus on our own self to fix things or overcome it. We have to seek that higher power from God, and seek that love from God that He can give us. So anyone out there who's dealing with things in life and may feel like, you just don't want to keep going on, or you just want to give up and quit, just seek the Lord, and He can help you through that. And just like in my example, there's many others out there who struggled with bigger things than myself. That's just one little example that I'm giving you. But whatever it is, just seek God for guidance, and He will bless you, and He will help you in overcoming what you're going through. Remember that. I hope you guys liked the video. I hope you like my channel. Please hit a like, subscribe to my channel for future videos, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and God bless.